Alright, it's another Constantin puzzle. This one's called Tough Measures. You can see why it's called Tough Measures. It's only 3 out of 5, so hopefully not too hard. And it says you have to position the two rulers so they both fit perfectly on the grid together. Okay, so let's see what it takes to solve this. It comes in one of the standard Constantin boxes. Here it is, and we get the Constantin Puzzles catalogue. So let's get this open. Okay, so what is the goal? Is this the solved state? I mean, this seems to be a solution, so is the idea that this is a solution, you just have to forget the solution? That's not usually how they work. Alright, so I confess I'm confused about what the goal of the puzzle is, and whether this is already in a solved state or not. I mean, I think it must be. Maybe you just have to try and re-find this state. So let's model them up. Okay, I see. So they are really rulers. They're just very bendy rulers. I'm not sure that would be that useful for measuring things. Okay, so let's start the timer. And given that I still don't really know exactly what I'm supposed to be doing. Let's see. Okay, so there's yeah, there's some interesting constraints already, right? Because this piece is the full width going this way. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So it's not a square grid. Now that one could go underneath there. I think that starting state must have been solved, in which case that's really unusual that they give you the puzzle in an already solved state. Okay, now I've reached a state which is impossible to solve from because there's nowhere for this to go, basically. There is nowhere that is of length. Well, this would be, what length would it be? Is it 1 centimetre per thing? Per hole? Yeah. So we need a length of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh yeah, actually we could do it by going under again. Okay, so that lets us pack one ruler in, and the question then is, I guess, if we assume this is right, which I can't remember. I remember it started with 50 up here, and it says it on the instruction sheet as well. So I didn't feel like choosing to forget that. But can we do anything else? Well, the thing is, what I don't know is whether these want to use up all the space. In other words, do I have to have something that comes along here or not? Well, let's assume we do. Okay, but that's actually impossible because there are no pieces. Neither of the ends is on the bottom. And that means we can't put anything underneath there. I think. Does it? Yeah, I think so. Like, whatever we do, there'll always be this piece sticking out. So that probably means this is wrong. Yeah, and in fact it has to be wrong because there's simply nowhere to put this ruler anymore. This ruler can't go anywhere because it has to go on top. Oh, so this is really interesting. See, we have a bunch of these rulers that are long, but this one here is the only one that is the full width. So that has to go, and this one has to go horizontally then as well, right? Because it can't go on top of that and it can't go under it. This one though can go under it as long as this is in the middle somewhere like this. Like this, right? So we can do something like this. For example, I mean, I don't think this is right, but this kind of thing. Yeah, this can't be right because then this doesn't go anywhere. Unless we do that, but then this has nowhere to go, right? Yeah. Interesting. Okay, so I'm pretty confident now that that original state was a solved state. Whether it was the solved state, I don't know. I don't think there was anything missing from it. And I'm also pretty confident that this long ruler, getting the right position for that, is going to be really key. Now I'm pretty sure it can't go on either of the top or the bottom, because if it did, I just don't think there's anywhere that this ruler could go. Right? Each ruler is either a top or a bottom ruler, and this is a top ruler. Or unless, yeah, I don't think any of them go diagonally. Okay, so that means this has to be in one of these 4 spaces, and actually there's a symmetry here, right? So in reality there's just 2 places for it to go. It either goes by the edge or it goes by the middle. That's it. Alright, so let's go back to the fact that we remember that this 50 goes in the top left corner. What other ways are there to set this up? Well, that can't go vertically. This piece has to go horizontally, which means that piece has to go vertically. So this cannot be right. So it has to do this and then this and then this. This is the only possible way, I think, to set up this set of 3 pieces. And then this piece has to go down there, and then this piece has to go that way. I mean, this is forced, isn't it? If this goes in the corner, which it does, then this has to come up here. I'm pretty sure this is all basically forced. And then I think that has to go that way. Well, wait, could it go that way and then squeeze in there? Oh yeah, it could actually. Right, like this. Okay, so you have 2 choices basically, that's it. Only 2 ways to lay out this ruler. One of them is like this, and the other is with the 32 going across here, and then the, whatever that is, 30 coming down here. This looks neater. And that leaves 2 positions for this to go. This not being possible, it must therefore go here. But it has to go this way around. No? Still not possible. Okay, so something's wrong. Okay, so this doesn't go here, maybe? Oh dear. Either I'm confused or I've done something wrong. Or this will work. Few possibilities. So if that goes there, does that let this go in here now? No. This piece must go, oh yeah, because of this piece, this one has to go here or here, but it can't go here as long as that's like that. So it has to go here. Sorry, yeah, it has to go here actually. But that isn't possible. Okay, let's start again. The 50 has to go in the top left, but it could go that way around. No, I don't think it can. Oh yes, it can. Yeah, this is new. This is a different way, right? So the 50 could go the right way up or the wrong way up, and I don't know which it is. So. But if we're doing this, then this again is all forced. We don't have any choices. I think that has to go like that then. Right. Oh, and now there is a way, I think. So now we can put this here, and then this goes down there. Okay, so maybe this is wrong. And then, no, then we're stuck again, I think, yeah. Oh, unless, no. No, we are stuck again. Somewhere else it could go. It can't go here, right? Because yeah, it can't have a thing on the end, and also it needs to be on this piece at this level. So it's either here or here, and it would have to be here. And this seems to be impossible as well. Yeah. Okay. Okay, so let's think about this. How many ways are there to get 50 in this corner? So one way is to put 50 like this, and then this piece coming down here. And if we do that, oh, is it possible 50 was this way around? No, that doesn't work. Yes, it could work like this. Ugh. I hadn't thought of this. Could this work? Like, oops, like this. Okay, so if that was the case, then we'd have to put the long one coming along here like this, and then it would hit a dead end. So no, this cannot be right. Okay. This is really fun. Okay, so if the 50, if we assume the 50 has to go in this circle, then it's either that way, or that way, or that way, or that way. So those are the 4 options, okay? So I'm going to start with the sort of logical one of 50 being the right way up for us as readers. And then that forces this, I think, right? Yeah, because I can't go there, that has to go that way, that has to go that way, that has to go that way. I think I've tried this and this didn't work, right? And then either we do it this way around. There's 2 possibilities here, right? I think I've tried both of these, but let me just try them again. So if we're going to do it, then that can't go there, it can't go there, it can't go there. So this is impossible. Unless I'm just missing something obvious. What am I missing? These have to go at right angles to each other, right? Yeah, they really do. Okay, so this is not possible, but I don't think that putting this the other way around is going to help. I wonder if there's some just basic but unintuitive thing that I'm not doing. Oops, one across. I mean, that just doesn't help, right? We still have this issue here. So there's no possible way, I don't think, you can put the 50 the right way up. It's rather surprising because I thought it was the right way up, but I can't remember now. Okay, so I just want to check if there's something I'm missing. So we put the 50 in there. This has to be perpendicular, like so. This can't go up because it requires too many. It can't go that way because it requires too many. It has to go that way, and then we've got the 2 options. Okay, so that's 50 that way round. How about 50 this way round? Well, that just doesn't work because there's nowhere for this to go. Oh no, we checked this before. It has to be like this. Okay, so this is 50. So we started this way, so we're going anti-clockwise. So the next one's going to be 50 upside down. Okay, then this has to go up here. This has to go around here. This has to go underneath, and then again we've got 2 options, right? No, maybe not. Can this go in there? I don't think it can actually. Let's just check. Or maybe it can. Yeah, it can. Okay, so this is one of the 2 options. This looks kind of promising actually, because we can do that and that. But then we get stuck up there. Nothing else to be done, no. Okay. And yeah, I remember this. So basically turning this around makes no difference. Okay, so this is 4 options tried so far out of don't know how many. That just gets you stuck. Unless, no, you can't put them on top of themselves. Are there any that can go? I'm just wondering if you can ever turn a piece through 180 degrees and have its neighbour go under it or over it, but I think, what would that require? it would require something you just don't have. Yeah, so it's not going to happen. Okay, so the next option then is 50 this way around. Now this is interesting because again there's these two options. We can do this or we can do this. So let's try this one first. That has to go, well, it can go either way actually. So again we've got two options. Okay, so lots of choices here. This is going to take a bit more time, I think. So if we're doing this, this can then go back under there, for example. This is one way to do that, but I don't think this allows, that doesn't allow the long piece. This piece can't go in if we have this vertical, so this cannot be vertical, that's the thing to remember. So that has to go like that, and then that has to go there, and then there, and then we get our two choices again. And yeah, okay, this is again promising because we can do this. But I think I've, oh maybe not, have I been here before? Yeah, and there's just nowhere for this to go. Yeah, I've been here before as well. Well, the other option is this one coming in here, but again I don't think it's going to make a difference. So we'll just try it. It's got to go like this, and then yeah, oh, no, actually, yeah, that does work. Ooh. Ooh. Ooh, I think we've done it. Yep. Look at this. So this is now going to come... No, wait, does this work? Yes. This goes over there and under there. Like something like this. Oh dear. Right, I'm making a mess of this, but I think I'm on the right track. And then these have to both go underneath that piece. Oh dear, it's a bit of a mess. Right, so we're getting this shape. Let's get the shape right separately. Because then we have to get these two pieces go underneath there. How was this? That, right? Yeah. No, I'm messing this up. So this goes along here. These all come along here. Yep, and then this way. Okay, but then that goes underneath. And so is this. Wait, yeah, like that. Didn't expect this to get fiddly. Maybe it's just the way I'm doing it there. That's sort of roughly right, is it? That shape, I think, is what we need. Is that doable? Oh, I'm not sure now. What have I done? Oh, come on, this felt really right. And I've got this diagonal thing here, is that possible? No, because this would block here. Oh yeah, this sticks up too high. Oh no, so this is not possible. This felt so good and yet I think it isn't possible. If I do it that way, there, that's better actually, yeah. Okay, I was just missing one step, which was that turn being there. Okay, and then I think we're okay. And it's going to be this shape, right? And then this, oh man, this is complicated, it goes under and over. Okay, how do we feed this through then? This puzzle is much of a puzzle is actually solving it, so it's not so bad, is it? We get that in there, and then this one goes across here, and there we go. So it took about 18 minutes. Now, I have a couple of things to say about this puzzle. First of all, I think 3 out of 5 is about right. I think that's the right difficulty rating. It's not super hard. The thing that makes it possible or not too hard is knowing that 50 goes up here, and I kind of knew that 2 ways. One was that it came in a solved state, which is a bit weird. I don't understand why they do that. They normally don't. Most Constantin puzzles come, either completely messed up, or usually in a state that sort of looks almost solved but is actually a long way from solved, with a sort of a piece in the wrong place or something like that. So having it come in a solved state was confusing for me, not least because it meant I wasn't sure what the solved state was. I wondered if I had to get it from this to something flatter or something else. But anyway, once I'd realised it was the solved state, that was okay. But I just couldn't help noticing this 50 because it was such a big number sitting up here in the corner. So luckily I couldn't remember which way up it was. That was actually a good thing, because then it meant I had options to try. The thing I think I quite like about this puzzle is that with packing puzzles, I often find them a bit frustrating because there's an infinite or seemingly infinite number of things to try and no sort of logic, no sense of making progress. With this one, if you know that 50 is in the top left corner, you can just try the 4 possible ways of having 50, and each of those leads to some finite number of possible routings of just the first ruler, many of which rule out ways of putting in the second ruler. So you end up narrowing down the search tree actually relatively rapidly. And the solution's nice. It's I like the fact that this bit goes over and then other bits of this ruler go under, so it's they're interlocked. It's not just one ruler sitting on top of another ruler. I wonder if that means I can just pick it up. Yeah, it's very flimsy because they're all very loose connections. So yeah, there we go. That was, I think I really enjoyed that as a Constantin puzzle. I think it's the kind that is a bit more accessible than most Constantin puzzles, perhaps. I kind of wish it came with a slightly more clear instruction, and I guess if I'm honest, I slightly wish it didn't come in a solved state. That seems a bit unfortunate. Let's just think, if I were going to do it without knowing that the 50 went in the corner, yeah, you'd have an awful lot of choices. It would be the case that you'd make heavy use of this and this. These two would have to go, there's not that many places they can go, so either a top row or a second row. So that would give you just a couple of ways of getting started. This would probably be then the alternative way to start. Let's just see. Where's that going to take me? Yeah, I don't think there's going to be very many options from here. Okay, this isn't possible. Okay, so this has to go horizontally, is that right? No, there was a bend here. I just remember there was a bend. But let's see. I mean, this is not it, because I know this isn't it, but there we go. That's a way of laying this ruler out. So this is the other ruler, the ruler I did second. Oh, actually, I guess I don't remember what state this was in. But I do know it wasn't like this, because we had the 50 in the top corner. So if we put that down there. Yeah, this is obviously not right. There's no way to proceed from here. So yeah, actually, I think even without knowing the 50 position, you would have, a good chance of solving it. So yeah, I do think they should package it in a way where it isn't already solved. But there we go. Other than that, I think this is a really nice, fun puzzle, and I recommend it. If you've enjoyed this and would like to see other Constantin puzzles, please check this out here. Thanks for watching. See you in the next video. Bye.